Why, hello everyone, and welcome to today's Hooray, it's Thursday live with Court. I'm Courtney. I'm a Stampin' Up demonstrator from the beautiful New South Wales Central Coast in Australia. So if you're joining me from all over the world, just let me know where you're joining me from. I'll pop up the chat so that I can see. I'm hoping that you've all had a fabulous day. And are you ready you've got your cuppa ready and you're ready to craft? You can craft along with me or you can craft along later. The choice is yours. I'm using the beautiful Happiest Day stamp set. This is this one here, and I'll just pop that there. So the Happiest Day stamp set is a brand new stamp set from the annual catalogue. It's got some really cute images. It's got some text. So there's lots of different things that you can do with that. Okay, so I'm going to make a birthday card for a friend of mine. And yeah, I'm happy that you could join me, and let's see what we're going to do. So in our Stampin' Up catalogue, we've got a few things that I'm going to have a play with. Now, you know that we've got 50 different colours to choose from. So you'll find them in the back of your catalogue. Should have put a marker in here. We've got our beautiful subtle collection, our brights, our regals, our neutrals. That's our 50 color basic family. We then add, sorry, that's 40, don't mind me, there's 50 altogether. We then add our in colors. So we've got two sets of in colors that we can use. Those in colors hang out with us for 2 years. Currently, we've already had 1 year with our Copper Clay, Wild Wheat, Boho Blue, Moody Mauve, and Pebble Path, and we're into the first year of our Pretty Pink and our Shy Shamrock and those colours that go in that range. So with our 23 to 25 range, we've got them essentially until April next year. Okay, so I know that my friend's favourite colour is does anyone remember Rococo Rose? Well, that was her favorite color ever because she really likes those muted pinks and things like that. Makes the best cakes ever, and the icing in those colors. She has perfected those colors or absolutely amazing. So what I thought I'd do, because she also likes butterflies, so I thought I'd have a play. Now, this is a stamp set for anyone that's coming to my Stamps Club next week, Saturday week or Sunday week. This is the stamp set that you're going to get as part of your kit, for want of a better word of calling it. This is your goodie bag. So each month I run a class. That class has it costs $55. You're either going to get a product share with that class, or you're going to get a group of goodies in the product share, or you're going to get a stamp set as well as your class kit. So I run that the last weekend of every month. If there is only one day that falls on the Saturday, then it's the weekend before. So it's the last full weekend of each month. All right. And we make 6 cards, 3 designs, 2 of each one. If it's a stamp set, we use the featured stamp set. If we've got a product share, then we use the items that we're sharing that month, and we will use a variety of stamp sets on those ones, so that way we can share them out quite nicely. But this time everyone's going to get Happiest Day, which is lots of fun. And I'm going to go back to this screen with me down in that bottom corner, because I've noticed it blocks out the shiny bit. There's like a little shiny bit from the lights. I'm looking forward to spring coming, because then we'll start to be able to have the blind up and get less relying on the lights a little bit less. Okay, so this is a photopolymer stamp set. We've got inside and outside sentiments. So sentiments for the front of the card, sentiments for the side of the card, a couple of different little pictures. It's featured in page, I think it's 99 if I remember correctly. Hi Lisa, hi Pauline, how are we going? Featured on page 99, yep, that's the one. And you can see they've used it in an example here on a scrapbook page. That's a smaller than average scrapbook page. I'm a 12 by 12 girl. Are you a 12 by 12 girl as well, Pauline? Or are you a variety? I've got some friends that I think they like to do 8 by 11.5 or something like that. They're into the smaller ones at the moment. So it's just a matter of seeing what you sort of like. So This is this stamp set. They've used it on this little scrapbook page, and I just think it's rather sweet. And it's like almost like a little bit of a hidden treasure in that catalogue there. Okay, so we'll put that aside. I'm also going to show you how we do embossing. I brought over the Versamark. I'm going to show you how we do embossing in every single colour that we've got. Okay, so you can get your embossing powders. Yeah, 12 by 12 girl, I thought you might have been. Get your embossing powders in 2 different packets. One of the packets has got white, black, and clear in it. They come as like a group. So I'll show you how you can emboss in any colour that we've got. Is something else that I'm going to do. So Happiest Day here. I'm going to, I've got a few pieces here. Oh, I didn't bring a trimmer over. It's only just on the other side, so I'll be able to grab it. My card base is going to be white today. Oh, blazes, I didn't bring anything over. I got all excited. I thought I was all ready. There's not a bone folder inside on my desk, mind you. Okay, I'm going to have to grab... Oh, actually, is there one sitting here beside me? No. Oh, my lordy. Okay, just grabbing the stuff that I forgot. I've got my embossing powder. You can see me on the other side of the room. So, there's a bone folder. Trimmer. And just in case I'm going to grab a... Oh, no, there's a pair of scissors there. Right. So, now we're cooking with gas. I've got the heat tool and everything ready, but not some of the other things. So, one card base, that's thick, basic white. And I've got some Moody Mauve for my outer edge. Okay, so I just want to bring this colour in because I know it's her favourite colour. And I'm going to cut, out of here, I'm going to cut 2, 10 by 14.4. So that makes them 0.5 centimetre thinner all the way around than my actual card is. Okay, and then we'll have 10 here. And then my inside piece is going to fit quite nicely on there. Hi Chris, how you going? So that's going to be my inside piece. So what I'm actually going to do, because I can, is I'm going to thieve from one of those. Now, I'm quite frugal. Everybody thinks it's hilarious, but that's okay. I'm not going to need all of that for my card. Like for my, I'll need it for my front, but I don't want it to completely, I want to bring some forward, okay? So we have some decisions to make. Now, before we start, okay, you guys, I can see that there's 4 of you there, even though only 3 are commenting, we'll see. I have got with me, I've got Nested Essentials, Perennial Postage, and Spotlight on Nature. So I've got these 3 dies. Which packet, as far as I'm concerned, they're all what I class essential packets. Which one would you like me to play with? I have the flag or a rectangle, the perennial postage with what looks like a postage stamp around the outside edge. Hello, there's our 4th, or a decorative circle. Okay, so any votes for any of those dies? I'll pull them out so that you can see them. So we've got the Nested Essentials. It's got 3 different shapes in it. This is them there. So you've got your flags, you've got your, I like it how it's got rounded corners. Hi Chrissy, how you going? And I just love this shape. I don't know, squished rectangle, what would you call that? They've got a decorative stitch on them, which I really think is pretty. We've got 1 vote for the circle. Okay. The circle is from our packet on the end here. And yes, I've gone through and I've measured all of these. That's why I'm actually picking these ones in particular. So there's the perennial postage one. I do like how, oh, I didn't show you all of those. Chris has voted for the postage die. Look at these. So you've got all of these nice big ones, some smaller ones, you've got some square ones. You've also got some holes, okay? And you've got this little really cute, they are lovely, aren't they? You've got this really cute little, and it's got a butterfly on it. So it's actually quite appropriate, like a, I don't know, like a postmark. It looks great in black on a scrapbook page, let me say. Okay, so that's all of those. And then I will say I am loving the Spotlight in Nature. All right, so we've got 2 for postage, 2 for the circle. All right, Lisa, you haven't voted yet, so what are you going to say? So I've picked the circle that's got, whoa, that's fuzzy. That's okay, let's try again. I've picked the circle that's got the little, like leafy bits that have come around. Now, these circles, this is the other packet. I printed all my stickers for them, but I haven't actually stuck them on here. Hi, June, how are you going? So these circles, some of them are stitched. Some of them have got like a line on them. Some of them have got the little 3 little leafy things, but they're all different sizes. And there's 2, there is another one here, see? There is 2 sets of them, okay? So I decided that I really like that one because I think that one there goes with the butterflies the best. But we've got 2 postage dies, 2 circles. Have we got anything else? So we're between the circles now that I've opened them. Yep, they're the Spotlight on Nature's dies. So it's looking like it's a circle for the win. Okay, so I'll put these ones up further here. Part of me was hoping it was going to be the other ones, but that's okay. I really like the perennial postage, and yeah, but that's all right. So what I'm going to do, because of the size that I've pulled out, I'm also going to pull out this one here, and then I'm going to pinch that one. So I'm going to stamp on this piece, okay, and then I'm going to cut that out, and then I'm going to have this piece at the back, okay. I've also pulled out my Stampin' blends. Now, I was ratting around Pinterest and I found a really cute, let me see if it's still up there and it will show us. I don't know, can you see that? How gorgeous is that card? This is by a lady by the name of Tammy Wilson. She's in the States in Colorado. So she just inspired me. Yep, Circles of the Wind. Tammy's inspired me quite like beautifully. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to cut that out of there, and this is the one I'm going to use for my die. So let me show you how I stamp in all different colors. Okay, so I'm doing wishing you the happiest birthday. Yes, it fits. Now you'll notice this is a 2-step stamp because we've got inside and outside images that go on here, but some of the stamp sets will have written down here that it's shown at 85%, okay, on the front. What you'll find is on the inside, if they're photopolymer, we've got where we can put all of our stamps to put them back. So what I did was I pulled out my circle and I went through and I'm like, yep, that fits, okay, that fits, that doesn't. But so I wanted a birthday stamp for her. See what I mean? That fits because they're the correct size on the inside. Okay, that one does too. So that's one way you can do it, or you can use a piece of cardstock, cut out the die, and then walk around, like go around with your die and see what's going to fit. But we're going to play with the birthday sentiment. I only bought 3 size blocks over today, and I don't think. Oh yes, it would fit. I was thinking it wouldn't fit on there. And we need some butterflies. And I'm not using the innards. We're going to colour them with our Stampin' blends. Okay. I really, really like this one. And the other one that I like, so I'll show you on the front, I really like these two. I think that I'm going to have lots of fun with them. Okay. All right. So I've got my beautiful glass mat. A glass mat is the best. It's tempered glass, so it's heat proof as well. So I've got my, I'm going to keep making this, is going to keep going fuzzy. That's no good. I've got my heat tool. It is the old version of the heat tool. It has on and off. It doesn't have, like the new one's got a not so hot temperature and then a really hot. So it's got low and high, much better. But this one's still working, so I'm still going to use it. Okay, so what we're going to do is I'm going to stamp this sentiment in Moody Mauve, which is somewhere on my table over here. Okay, so I've got Moody Mauve, so I want to stamp my sentiment in that, but I want to make it shiny because, you know, everything's better when it's shiny. So we don't have Moody Mauve in our range for our, oh, don't look at that, it's pretty bad looking. We don't have Moody Mauve in our range for our embossing powders. I keep mine in a container. I've got a lid with its name on it, so that because clear's the same color, and so's the heat and stick powder. So trust me, you don't want to go down that. You don't, a clear, white, they're all the same. Heat and stick, yeah, you don't want to go down that path. Okay, not when you're trying to make a set, do a card front. Okay, so what we're going to do is I'm going to stamp my stamp into my Versamark, even though now my Versamark looks pretty gross, but that's because it's well loved and it's actually got black embossing powder on it. So, but it doesn't come off. Okay, so I'm stamping it into there. Then I'm going to stamp it onto my Moody Mauve, and then I'm going to stamp it onto my cardstock. Make sure you leave enough room around it for your circle. Okay, whoop. It's going to stick a little bit. That Versamark is going to keep that a little bit wet so that I can come in and I can do this. Okay, so you'll be able, I'm not sure if you can see there's a powder stuck on there. Okay, and then now I can put my lid on my Versamark because of the putting the water-based ink on top of it, you do need to be a little bit faster than, it dries a little bit faster than if it was just the Versamark. So because this is tempered glass, I have a set of tweezers over here somewhere. These are from the embossing kit, which I've got the base of it, the container in. You're not going to be able to hear me while this is talking. And I have a sneaking suspicion, and I'm not sure if it does it, but I think the camera actually tries to get rid of the noise of the heat tool. So let me know. So I'm going to hold on to this with my, these are porcelain on the end. So, and you have to squeeze them to open them. So I could hold it up with it, or in this case, I'm just going to push it down so it doesn't blow away. Oh, baby, do your thing. Can you see it doing it? Now, could you see it doing it? It just changed, and now, or I don't know how is. See how it's shiny? It took the noise away. Good. That's cool. I wonder if I'd spoken over it, but see how that's shiny? That means that you can actually stamp in any color, one of our colors, 50 to choose from, 51 if you add the memento. And you can actually make that so that you can stamp in any of those colors and you can make those colors nice and shiny. So how cool is that? All right, I do love that trick, I will admit. So I'll just get my cut and emboss machine in. Sorry, it's going to wobble. All right. I keep talking about these plates and how I need to replace them, and I'll probably continue to do so for a little bit. Just put that one down that doesn't have bits of paper all stuck to it. Definitely well loved. Now I'm going to pinch this piece from out the middle of here, but I don't know if I'm going to use it yet. But I want to make sure I pinch it so that way, if I do want it, I've got it. Nobody said we don't have to be frugal, but I like to be frugal. Okay, things are getting more and more expensive these days. Being frugal is not a bad thing. But look at that. How cool is that? Look at those like dots and lines, and yeah, I do love that one. Okay, so put that aside as well. Now let's push all of those guys off. Okay, so now I'm going to cut this one out. Wishing you the happiest birthday. Just line her up. Give it a nice squeeze so it goes through really good. That looks smick. I think my friend will really like this. If she's really lucky, I'll put it in the mail and she'll get it actually on her birthday rather than having to wait for me to come down and visit her. Okay. So that looks good. That's my sentiment. Now, my inspiration from that card that I've taken, I wanted to do a frame. So essentially, I wanted to make it so that we were bordering our card with butterflies. But because we've gone and chosen the circle, yep, I've got some. Because we've gone and chosen the circle, we're going to have to do it a little bit different. Hi, Cheryl. How you going? Okay, so I'm just going to randomly stamp butterflies all over my card. Now, I will be having this guy here. So, because I want it sort of off to the side because I think it looks better. Nice and juicy memento black, I hope. I actually cleaned all of my stamps before I started today. So, yeah, so that's okay. Because it was a new set, I just gave them all a bit of a once over just to make sure that they played nice while I was videoing. And that one looks like, I just found a bone folder that I actually did have on the table prepared. I wasn't as not ready as I thought. Okay, so that butterfly is going to go straight up there because I want my main circle here. Okay, I want it to frame them. Okay, now the rest can be random. Okay. All right. But I did want to make sure that I got a good couple of full ones in. Okay. Yep. Yep. Off you get. Okay. So for those that were here with us earlier, you saw the card that I was using as my inspiration. She used some really pretty colours, okay, of which I don't have them all yet. So I profess I don't have all the Stampin' blends. They are in the cart waiting for me to go, yep. Okay. Oh, in Scotland. Wow. Hi. All the way from Scotland. Pretty cool is that? Welcome to the beautiful sunshiny New South Wales Central Coast today. Okay, so these are our Stampin' blends. What I've pulled over with me. Oh, I'm a bit chuffed about that. Welcome, Stacey Vu. That's cool. I love seeing everyone here from Australia as well, but that is super special. I love Scotland. I'd love to go over there and visit. I love watching all of those movies that show all the countryside and everything like that. And I'm sure I'm not the only one. And I've got relatives over there, and we've done the ancestry stuff, and I've got genetics that belong over there as well. Okay, so what I've got here, what colour are you? That looks like, oh, that's light petal pink. That belongs with you. So I've got my ivory. I'm not sure if I'm going to use it. I've got, this one's Pretty Peacock, petal pink, petunia pop. This is our new peach pie and pool party. So I was thinking that petal pink and petunia, and peach pie would make a really pretty butterfly. Yep. So then I thought I could go out on a limb here. I saw some really vibrant butterflies when I was up in Cairns at the butterfly place. It was like nature didn't care. It was like a massive splash of colour, and how fabulous did we look. So I thought my other butterflies could be petunia pop and pool party, or pool party and Pretty Peacock. So let's have a play. First up, let's do a pool party and Pretty Peacock one. So because this bit here needs to be the darkest bit, I've just gone straight with our, I'm not sure how this, yeah, I bet it is a beautiful place. Not sure how this is going to work, but we'll see how we go. I've gone straight up with our Pretty Peacock in there. Then I'm going to bring in the dark pool party. And I'm going to do it on both bits. And are you guys able to see that colour? And then some light. Let's use the brush end. It's too squeaky. Okay. I'm going to bring in the light peacock down the bottom, I think, just a little bit under there. Now you can see it. So it's like the middle of the butterfly. The butterfly's got gradiating wings that are going to go in an outward fashion. Oh my gosh, it actually looks really nice. That is one pretty butterfly. Let me pull it up a bit closer so you can see. Look at that. How amazing does that look like? All right. So there probably needs to be 2 of those butterflies, or 3. But we'll do another colour first. Let's go with our, they're all different colour butterflies just because they can be. We'll put some of our, and you'll notice I'm not being exceptionally neat. Don't need to. I might put some down here on this butterfly as well at the same time. This is the dark peach pie. This one here is the light. And then our favourite ladies, class ladies, our petal pink. It works very nicely here. All right. Oh, I didn't put the other colour in the middle. That's the light peach pie. Okay, so that's going to give us a gradiating butterfly. And petal pink actually goes very nicely with our peach pie. They look like they should sit next to each other is what they look like. This one is the light. You will not see it. I can tell you that now. Okay? It is really, really light. So if we were to do a butterfly now in Petunia Pop, this is the dark Petunia Pop. And I'm going to make the top of this butterfly peach. So I'll just do a little bit of light Petunia Pop up the top. And then where's the dark? Dark peach pie. Okay. And then I'll just come in down here with it as well. So nobody said that you can't mix the colours. I'll bring him up closer so that you can see him. He is really pretty, and I'm actually going to pop on the tips of him the light. This one here is the light petal pink. So, okay, and get a look at that one. How pretty is that one? Okay, so nobody said there's any hard and fast rules. So let's make this butterfly, because when I was up in the butterfly park, they were all living beautifully together. Underneath here is going to be this butterfly's wing. I'm going to make it, I keep pulling in different tips. I'm finding that the bullet end easier to do this with, because it's pushing the ink away. It takes away some of that line. Oh, no, that's the one I want, because I want to get this up here. But I'm actually going to have that top wing is going to be partially pink. So this one here is the dark. I don't want that. Actually, yeah, we'll do dark at the first. I'm going to make dark around the edges. And lighter as it comes in. And then, where's my light pool party gone? Here it is. To push them together, let's put a bit of light pool party in the middle. Okay. So that's a pretty smick butterfly there too. So no harden. I'm working on basic white cardstock. No, it doesn't need to be thick, but thick does work right nicely. But you can see it's leaking through. So it's just plain basic white cardstock with our Stampin' blends. Down here we're going to have a different color again. I might go with the Petunia Pop in the middle and for that bottom wing. And then I might make the top wing our peach pie. And I pulled out the light one. That's not what I wanted to do. That's all right. This is a light peach pie. The other thing that you can do is we've got the colour lifter. Now the colour lifter can work in a couple of different ways. So there's a colour lifter, but I keep telling my ladies it's a colour shover. So this is dark petal pink. I'm just putting it in here. Can you imagine this butterfly when its wings flapped up together? So what I'm going to do is with the colour lifter, I'm going to come in under here. Right, so what you'll see is it's quite dark. When I push it around with the colour lifter, it actually makes it really quite pale. See the difference? So you can use it to your advantage as well. I think we need some more. I think I need to trim that down. That's heaps too big. Was this the piece I trimmed down? I don't think it was. I think the piece I trimmed down is the one that I cut my circle out of. Okay, that's fine. I think we need some more of the patina pop to show through. So let's do another petunia pop one. We'll do one similar to this one that's up here. So this one's going to be a petunia pop and peach pie one. I'm going to pop. The reason why I'm popping the darker color on the inside here, because let's put a little bit of dark there as well, because there's an overlap and it needs to be darker where there's an overlap. Is that the dark one? No, that's light. We want dark. Okay. Just because of the way that you can, butterflies' wings are a little bit transparent, so we want to be able to see. Just because it's sort of sitting over the top of that, I'm going to push this one around a bit, just because I don't want it to be so dark on the edges there. And then I'll put, I think I already used the light on this one. Yeah, that's light. I'm actually going to go over the top of it with my peach. And they just all blend nicely together to make really pretty butterflies. I think I need another one of these. No, I don't, because there's no room left. Another one of these ones. What do you reckon? Hi, Cheryl. How you going? Okay, I'm going to have another one of these ones up here. So that was the light. Bring in the dark. Make that dark. Okay. A little bit of pool party in the middle. And you can essentially come up with any color that you like. Okay. If you check out online, there is heaps of color options. If you type in your favorite color and then you say, let's say I put in there petunia pop, and you put the word color combination after it, you are going to get an absolute amazing array of colors. Okay, so I think it needs another green one, because then we've come around that corner quite nicely. Let's do pool party up the top, and petal pink down the, not petal pink, petunia pop down the bottom. There's our dark. And our light. It's hard to see the difference in those two, let me tell you, but there is. And I'll hold it up to the camera any minute now. And I'm just going to bring this in here. And because I think it needs a little bit of colour there, and then I'm going to shove it around with this lifter, just to blend those two colours there together. Right, so let me bring them up closer so you can see. So my colouring is okay. All right, now I thought I had with me, and I don't. Okay, I thought I had my marker with me. So I've got a black marker over in the drawer, and I was going to flick it to add some splops, but I won't, because that might just be a bit too much. Okay, so I need to trim this down because it's now not going, now doesn't fit on my piece. So that was 14.4 by 10. So this needs to be 9.5. I'll take a little bit off those butterflies and a little bit off those ones. So this now needs to be 9.5, and that this trimmer just trims even the finest of little pieces off by 14. Ooh. Take a little bit off the top there, and we'll take a little bit off the bottom. Normally I just whack it straight off, but that would mix up my other bit. I really want to go and grab my black marker. I'm going to, you know. Yeah, so talk amongst yourselves. Look, I closed all the cupboard doors. So over here, welcome to my craft room. I have all these whopping great big cupboards with all of my craft stuff in it. But down here, I've got all these drawers. And I've got markers left, right, and centre. Okay. So, I'm not sure which one's the current one because I haven't looked, but if I look at the numbers, I should be able to tell. 1000, that one's an old one. Ah, this one. We've got journaling pens. So you'll find the journaling pens in the catalogue. Don't remember what page, but I promise you that they are there. So they've got a bullet end, not that end. There's a fat and a thin end. Now, some of you have seen me do this before with other things, but I just wanted some black. And is it going to work? Oh, yeah. The aim of the game is not to touch the actual paper. Okay, you don't want to dip it. And it's just giving me a very fine, I don't think, no, you can't see it. So you can do it like that, or you can, if you've got a brush, you can flick it. Okay, so the bullet end does this as well. It's not the greatest for our tips, but I do have a very old brush end one. Okay, and you'll notice that these work so much better. But hi Dimity, how you going? So you can flick it with any color you like, just be careful not to actually touch the paper. Okay, so you might be able to see, I don't know if you can see, there's like little tiny black dots all over that. Okay, and it just ages the paper a bit. Now we do have stamps that do have splops and whatnot on them. I don't think I've got one here. No, but we do have a variety of stamps that have like you can see the dots, and so you could actually stamp over it if you wanted to with the dots. But I'm just going to just do this a little bit more. And the reason why I use my bone folder is because I can get a bit of a tap thing happening, and I can get a bit of a better spray. So I've cleared everything out from around me because I don't want it to, I just drew on my bone folder. I don't want it to splap everywhere or over something I don't actually want it on. Okay, it'll wash off my bone folder. So, and if it doesn't, it doesn't actually matter. See, consider it gone. All right. Okay, so I've just done a little bit of splopping. If you want to do like the splattering, if you want to do more, you can. It's essentially, it's really only to make it age a little bit. You can age the paper another way. Okay, the other way that you can age the paper is with your scissors. You can actually scrunch it up a bit. You can also, using a dauber or your blending brushes, you can also add some color to the edge. So the blending brushes come in two different sizes. We've got a little tiny squidgy one, and we've got the big ones. Whatever floats your boat. Okay, I like both sizes. It depends on what I'm doing. The dauber goes on our finger, and I did have one here the other day. Here it is here. This is your doorbell. So these are tools that you can use to add color to the outer edges of things. So if you wanted to, you could age it by using one of these tools. All right. I don't think it needs it, this card. Based on what I know I'm doing, I don't think it's going to need it. So I'm just going to pop that. That's actually going to get popped over the top of that. I'm thinking these two here are quite boring in comparison to the other pretty ones. What do you reckon? Do they need a little bit of pink on them? I think so. Do they need pink? Yeah. What do you reckon? Let's give them a bit of pink. That's a lot of pink down there. All right, we'll just do that one, I think. Just didn't look like it belonged. There you go. Now it's a bit better. This one's still boring, but all the others are pink down there. And I don't feel like adding blue to it. Okay, so I'm going to adhere this to here. Gosh, look at the back of it. My favorite glue, when it works for me, or it must have a big sticky thing in the end, is, yep, there it is the multi-purpose glue. Nothing separates this. It glues plastic to plastic, this stuff. Oh, I forgot I've got that one on the thing. Okay. And, oh, we need to do one for our inside and one for our envelope to match, don't we? Okay. So on our inside piece, I'm only going to do one butterfly. And yeah, so it's only getting one butterfly, and it's getting the, I think I'm going to do the pretty peacock. Can you hear my roosters, just out of curiosity? That's light pretty peacock. I want dark pretty peacock. And petite top. When you're doing your envelope, you need to press really lightly. Okay. And we're going to have down under here. When you're doing your envelope and you're pressing really lightly, what you'll find is that it won't go through. Whereas if you don't press lightly enough, the colour will go through. Can you feel my table wobbling? Okay, that's one pretty butterfly for the inside. Okay, so there is, you make me feel like glitter in the sun. Thinking of you today and every day, that's not going to work for us. You're the best is going to work for me. Because this is a birthday card, and as much as she makes me feel like glitter in the sun, and my friend would laugh if I put that on there. Actually, I think she'd really like it, but that's okay. She's not getting it. All right, just to keep this moody mauve happening. And I'm just going to put it down the bottom here with my butterfly, because then I don't have to center it. No, you can't hear the roosters? Oh, well, Dimity, there's 20 of them. They're very noisy. So just ask some of my class of girls will tell you that the roosters here are like so many of them. They're taking over. The neighbours have just started to complain. But I do love my chickens, I will admit. They're great. Birds are great therapy. Although I will tell you, the friend that this card's for she's scared of them, which is quite fun. She doesn't know I'm going to say this, but I think it's funny when she comes over and to see her running scared from. There's a rooster that I've got that follows us, and it walks around. It just walks around the yard, but he follows me everywhere. It's like worse than no, it's up there with the dogs, but he follows me everywhere, and she is so scared of them, and she's scared of that rooster. But out of all of them, he's the nicest rooster I've ever had. I sit on the fence post and I'm allowed to even pat him. Okay, so that's the inside. Now, every special birthday card needs a ribbon, doesn't it? Oh, what happened to my... If you want to make it even more special, okay, and do I have one here? Yes, I do. Winker Stella. Winker Stella is glitter in a pen. And you've seen me use it before for lots of different things, but there's nothing stopping us using it straight onto our cardstock just to make it sparkly. So we no longer have our sparkly cardstock, which I miss dreadfully, but there's nothing stopping us from making our own. So today we've made our own coloured embossing. Okay. I think I need to invest in a new Winker Stella because this one's starting to say it's had give up the ghost. I was telling the girls on the weekend, if you do have a Winker Stella that is essentially finished, which is what this one is, it's not letting me squeeze anything else, but it's got some glitter still coming out of it. When you look inside, there's a stopper. You can add to that stopper, you can add some alcohol, like pull it out and you can add some alcohol in there, or you can actually put some of our re-inkers in there, and then you can color in with the Winker Stella brush in ink colors. Now, you'll notice over the time that I've been doing this, the wet look that we were getting, oh, it's a bit blurry, sorry. The wet look that it had on it, that'll go away and it will just leave that shimmery color. So I can just be a bit messy with it, and that'll just make it sparkle behind here. But if I wanted to, I could even color all that white. Okay, but this pen has given up the ghost and won't let me, so I need to invest in a new one of those. And I don't have another one in there, but that's right. So that's going to sit on there like so. Oh, goody, I was a bit nervous that I only had little dimensionals. And my friend deserves some really pretty ribbon. Okay, so we've got a couple of options here. That's going to sit there like so. And I'm going to put a nice big bow over the side here. But what I want to do is I actually want to have this piece here. I want the bow to go between the piece of Moody Mauve and the sentiment. So the bow is going to go over this bit. But I also want to do something else. I want that to come over the edge. Now, when I bring it over the edge, that means it's going to come over the edge of my card. Okay? I don't want to have to chop any of this one off, but I'm going to chop that one there off. All right? So I'm going to glue this piece here on. Okay. And where's the least amount of glitter on it? Okay. And then using my snips, look, see, you just have to go down the side here. You've got a line from where your cardstock is. And then I'm going to actually bring this around here. All right. Nobody said you have to tie a bow, but bows look good. I might go a little bit lower than what I would normally. And just pop that around here like so. And this one along the back here. Don't pull it too tight. And the reason why I'm not pulling it too tight is because I actually am going to tie a bow onto it. You've got a couple of choices here. You can actually, you could tie a bow straight in your ribbon here, or you can tie a bow onto here. All right, which is what I'm going to do. This is just such a pretty ribbon. This one here is the white iridescent ribbon. Shouldn't have needed to look at that because, like, look at the color of it. It's amazing. Oops, didn't do that very good. And we've got that and that, and pull it tight. And give it a little flag. Okay, so for those that haven't watched before, that ribbon can now move wherever I want. That's the beauty about this. I could move that down to this end of the piece of cardstock if I wanted to. That's the beauty about tying it that way. Okay. And then that is going to then get adhered onto our card here. Okay. So let me see, is Stacey, you still around? Over there in Scotland, what size cardstock do you have? Do you have letter or A4? Because I've used A4 cardstock. I've cut it in half, which gives me the A5 cardstock for the card base. So my card base is 29 centimeters by 14.9. Oh, sorry, 21 centimeters by 14.9. If you're scoring it, it's scored at 10.5. This piece here is cut half a centimeter smaller all the way around to my 10.5 by 14.9, and then that's half a centimeter again. All right, just so that you know measurements. Now, when you're popping this one here on, you don't want to put dimensionals on your ribbon. It doesn't stick. Okay. If you've got these, you can use these tweezers for this as well. All right. So you want a dimensional about here, and then I'm going to put the others on the top of it. Okay, and the reason why the dimensionals don't stick to the ribbon as well as they stick to paper, that's the only thing. So you just want to make sure that, oh good, you use A4, sweet. So you use the same as us. I just find it easy just to cut it straight in half, and our C6 envelopes hold it beautifully. All right, hold your tongue in the right spot while you're putting this down. Okay, make sure that it's up the right way. Now, do I have any gems on the table? I think I took them to the other side of the room as well. I did. My gosh, it needs just some pearly things. It needs some pretty gems. But that's my card for you for today. All right. So you'll see they're all coloured with Stampin' Blends. The sentiment is shiny. Let me see if I can get it to do it for you. It is Moody Mauve with clear embossing over the top. Okay, clear embossing pattern to make it shiny, and it feels so nice. All right, our iridescent bow, and I think my friend is actually going to really like that card. So although I didn't have any Moody Mauve markers, I still made it work with our Petunia Pop. And look, I could have used Petunia Pop, but I know that Moody Mauve is one of her most favourite colours. So that's essentially why she got that. Alrighty, so it always comes with an envelope. I haven't stamped the envelope yet. I can do that while I'm chatting. So is there any questions about today? I used the beautiful, where are they gone? The circles from Spotlight on Nature dies. And there's so many different dies in there. They're all circles, but there's so many different options. When you're doing this on your envelope, you got a couple of options. You can stick a piece of scrap in so that your alcohol markers don't bleed through, or you can just color lightly, for want of a better way of putting it. This is a stamp set that we're using in class this weekend. So those ladies that are watching, thank you. Those ladies that are watching that are coming to class, you'll actually get this as part of your kit. And you'll get all of the projects to make that I haven't made yet, but I need to, because we're going out apparently like next Friday night, and I can't last minute Charlie it. All right, so I'm just going to use this and just push that edge a bit. That's not going to work to do what I want. The envelopes color differently. Oh, it's bringing color from the back. Well, we don't want that nonsense. Envelopes color differently to what our basic white does. Oh, let me tell you that now. They're a lot thirstier when it comes to the Stampin' blends, and they, yeah, it goes straight through them. I might use the petal pink. Where's the light petal pink on the edges of that butterfly? It goes straight through, and yeah, it's a bit more messy. Almost makes the envelope clear. And I've got a piece of cardstock in there that's got green ink on it, so that didn't help me. There's my envelope. So yeah, that's going to pop it. I'm going to pop that in the mail. Actually, what's today? Thursday. Pop that in the mail tomorrow so that she gets it for her birthday on Tuesday. What do you reckon? Do you think she'll like it? I might just stick a couple of wee gems on it in the meantime. So let me just go back to me because I can. All right. Thank you all for joining me. Thank you, Stacey Boo, for joining me from Scotland, like way over the way. I wish I could hear your accent, because I'd love to just hear you talk. If you guys make a card similar, I'd love to see it. There's so many different Stampin' blends available. You could have lots of different fun with the markers. There's so many different colors that you could make our clear. Thanks, Lisa. Use to make it up emboss your card with any color you like. And yeah, I look forward to seeing what you all get up to. The links to the Australian online Stampin' Up store are in the comments or in the description. And yes, I hope to see you all soon.